Hi, I'm Patrick Dio here at Slug Game Day with my co-host Brad Harrison. We're here to discuss a huge tournament coming up in the Slug postseason.
Now, at first, we're going to go through the list, see, who's in the big top 10, the big top 11. And we're just going to go through the names here. We have Trevor Kennedy, crucial guy.
Top seed.
Chris Jansen, Michael Accardi, Andrew Lee, John English, Matthew Wheeler, Sean Jimenez, John Shin, Mark Mahalik, John Zeiler, and Matthew Weber.
Now these are all huge slugs, slimy slugs, and could all had great seasons and should be very proud. But only 8 can make it to the tournament, and we're here to discuss who's getting in, who's not, who needs to be on upset alert, who's the top seed.
And, we're going to go with that last thing you just said. We're going to go with the top seed, obviously, throw it in.
The name that everyone has been talking about.
For last semester, he was, on key, on point the whole semester.
Regular season, he's been dominant. We're talking about Trevor Kennedy, of course, on everyone's mind. What do you think Trevor Kennedy's biggest slimy assets are?
Okay, I got the big top 3. You have the rare workouts. The rare workouts are what kills it for him. The body odor. The lack of deodorant in his life is just killing it. His game is on fire, and so are his pits. On the third, obviously has to be the computer gaming going on in his life. Company of Heroes, #1 champ over there.
Let's talk about the gaming, which is very crucial. I walked into that room and walked into a battlefield on Company of Heroes. We had big name players like even from the Yuck division. We had Lopez. We've got Zeiler, another big name in our tournament. And Kennedy's just killing them all. Taking them on both. 2 versus 1, killing it. Great player. Loves history. Germans. Hates, it's slimy. Let's talk about another big seed who could be, who wasn't there last year, but his new addition is Guidon. Really put him up. Really finished the season out in a hot streak. Is playing great slug ball coming to the end of the season.
And the name, obviously, is Michael Accardi.
Big player.
This is probably going to be Kennedy's most formidable opponent. We have Accardi coming in, with many gaps everywhere. Just being the overall top slug, I think. He's honestly my pick for the seed.
He's a samurai. He's not showing up for things, but he's not doing anything. He's not at practice. We know he's practicing his facing movements for morning formation Guidon. That's crucial.
I totally agree.
And that Guidon really puts him ahead of the game. Now, a team that we really need to look at that kind of came out here in the second semester as the team assembled is the A1 Sandhurst Plebes. 3 big players in this tournament and could make a big run.
You have the big 3. You have Mark Mahalik, John Shin, and Sean Jimenez. 3 that are just, probably, I feel, might actually get in, and do well in this tournament. Mark Mahalik coming in with the brutal, awesome haircut.
My goodness. It's business in the back, business in the side, but it's a party in the front. My God, those bangs are hitting his eyebrows, and those eyebrows are bushy.
And Sean and Shin Jimenez just coming in with, the total, invulnerability to anything energy related now. I mean, I've heard of, using NOS, using 5-hour energy, but these just don't work on them anymore. I mean, one of these right here just doesn't work.
Even the big slug juice NOS doesn't phase them. They are up at 5 o'clock working, and then you don't know what they're doing the rest of the day. Always competing with each other during the regular season. Could be big players.
In fact, I even have a class with Shin, and I've seen him just, chug and NOS, chug it, and then just 5 seconds later, just pass out. But one thing we're forgetting about this is John English. I mean, think about it. He used to be on the Sandhurst team, quit, and now is playing slug.
I think we need to talk about that. That's what puts John English on the bubble, I think, with 2 other big players. We're talking John Zeidler, and we're talking Chris Jansen. All 3 of those players are on the bubble, and we're not really sure who's getting into the tournament at this point. Chris Jansen, great fundamentals, always on Netflix, hating loud music, one of the best snappers in the game right now. Huge nap
His nap game is probably on par with at least anyone in any room.
That's true.
Just
even Trevor Kennedy. That's
exceed.
big. Now, he doesn't have all the extracurriculars. He's from Jersey. He wears some polos. Every now and then he's wearing Nikes for some reason when he gets out. It's a little weird, but we'll see how he does in the city. Now, John English.
I'm a little worried about John English. I don't know if he's going to get in. I don't know if he's trying to get in. I don't know what's going on with him right now.
At the beginning of the season, when he joined the Sandhurst team, he was super hoop.
His spot was secured, I would say, at the beginning of the season.
I thought for sure he would be a good 3, 4, at worst 5 seed. But now,
I agree.
As he's quit the Sandhurst team, I don't know. He could not be getting in the tournament.
Now, the other name that's on the bubble, we talked about was John Zeiler. In fact, we have a special treat for you today.
We have a slimy interview right now with John Zeiler. Let's see if we can get him out of his slug cocoon. John Zeiler, can we have you come down here for an interview?
Fucking loud motherfucker.
How's it going, guys?
Fresh from going to sleep, probably 7 o'clock. Slimy, slimy, slimy.
Talking about nap games. I've been in bed since 5:45 and it's just past taps. Fuck with me.
John
That's
Zeiler, what is going to make you, because we have you right now as on the bubble, up in the air as one of these, main contenders.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. When you've got medical professionals with PhDs telling you not to work out, they're telling you to sleep more, and they're telling you that you need a diet that is not high in protein, you can't fuck with that.
How's your PT score looking on the board?
That's a good point, Deal. And this is where I believe you guys have kind of missed. Out there, you have scores ranging from 366 down to a very shady 183 posted by none other than Lieutenant Shuey. But there is one score there that is different than everybody else's. It's a non-applicable, I don't know what the NA means, but that's mine. There's no score up there for me.
That's a big point that the seeders are going to have to look at. That non-applicable could put him in the tournament over some of the teams on the bubble. Now let's talk about what are you doing to prepare for this tournament? What's your daily training schedule looking like?
I talked to a couple other slugs from some other universities, and I got a pretty solid training plan together. I roll out of bed about the 3rd, 4th minute, and sit down at breakfast, and I get that maple syrup. I don't use the Aunt Jemima shit. I go straight natural. Half a cup of that. The sugar buzz usually gets me through math, and then I'm crashing hard coming into second period. And a nap through second period, wake up for chemistry. Probably going to need an energy drink to get through that. Kind of a longer period, come back about 20 minutes before lunch. Squeeze in about a 15-minute nap. Sit down for lunch, not having maple syrup, but, trying to get whatever foods in there that are definitely not high protein. Lean meats I stay away from. Vegetables are definitely a no-go. If there's Cool Whip, I'm gonna eat that shit.
It's discipline.
But my secret weapon is Gatorade.
Okay.
Typically, you would think it's for athletes. You see Michael Jordan sweating that shit out. I take it a little different. I take 1 cup of water and add about 8 parts Gatorade. Everybody else is like, "Where the fuck is Gatorade?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm training. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Sergeant. You're training for nationals. I'm doing my shit over here." So I fit about 8 packets of Gatorade into 1 cup of water. And it's a little more viscous than most people can handle, but, sometimes you have to sacrifice comfort to win.
Okay, so what is 4 o'clock looking like for you?
Come out of lunch, Dean's hour, I'm pretty sure everybody naps during Dean's hour, so obviously I got to get mine in there too. I don't want to get behind. Probably drop a 5-hour energy, which is good for about 30 minutes. English class gets rough. Start doing come 4 o'clock, I'm hopping in the bed, and that's about all she wrote for the night.
Okay. All right. Well, We don't want to take too much of your time. We'll let you get back to training.
I'm gonna get.
Thank you.
It's nice talking to you, gentlemen.
That was our interview with John Zeiler. We're gonna go back to discussing some of the few lesser the key players that were not on the bubble, but might probably gonna make the tournament.
I wouldn't say lesser because we have a big name coming up. We're talking about Andrew Lee, big name.
Oh, Andrew Lee, one of the biggest sham warriors I've ever met in my life. Minutes one day, coming down, I'm minutes in the basement, doing my thing, starting out at 5, hit the 4, about halfway through the 3, and then he comes out, oh, let me come minutes with you. Coming in last, coming in
Okay.
hard, coming in last. But one day, I went into his room, and you know what I saw?
What did you see?
I saw him at his computer, just looking, just staring. He was watching people play video games. Now, it was something Star. John Zai, could you hit us up with the name of that? StarCraft. Watching people
Slimy
watching
game.
people
Slimy
play
game.
StarCraft. Now that, I believe, is probably going to put him up there in the top.
I don't think anybody else's video game just talent can compete with that. Trevor Kennedy puts up a lot of company heroes. A lot of people have Xbox. I mean, so that's a little slimy. But when you are watching others play one of the slimiest games, that's huge. That's huge. And a lot of teams are going to have trouble preparing for that.
That is true. And now two of the names we mix up with a lot of times, and a lot of people do it too, is the Weber and Wheeler duo.
That is a big duo we need to look at.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't really a lot of teams where we're talking about, don't work out a lot, but they are still that can come times. The Sanders team, pretty fit, always working out in the morning with Captain Meyer, Others, looking a little chubbier. Jansen, for instance, that's crucial. But Wheeler and Weber have managed to rise above 6 foot while staying under 115 pounds.
And you also have to throw in Weber's addiction to Uvu.
He
Never, ever off that with his girlfriend.
That could hurt him, though, in his game. Because his slug nap time has gone down because he is Uvuing very focused in, not getting his slug naps in. I think a lot of teams could take advantage of that. That could hurt him in the tournament.
I definitely agree.
Now, Matthew Wheeler, his way of not getting along with his superior core squad representatives, for instance, Tim Penna, could be crucial to getting him in the tournament and making a nice run.
I agree. And of course, everyone knows you're speaking of the computer incident that came about.
That's true.
But honestly, I don't know. I really just can't see him doing well in this tournament at all.
That's true. We'll have to see how the seeding works out.
I agree.
Well, that's it for Slug Game Day. I'm Patrick Deal.
I'm Brad Harrison.
You stay classy, West Point.